What is up, guys? Thank you for checking out another Guido Stackin video. If you want more videos on precious metals and things like that, make sure you subscribe and you hit the notification bell. That way you know when I post new content, just like this video here. So we're going to be going over mintages. Mintages is one of the most confused things probably in gold and silver stacking. Just because a coin has a low mintage does not necessarily mean, one, it's going to appreciate, and two, that you're going to be able to sell it at all. And the reason why I came up with this idea for this video is there is so much confusion around mintages and things like that. The mintage is the gimmick, guys. That's the way you got to think about it. That is the gimmick. Now, I'm not saying that it's always a bad buy if a mintage is low or anything like that. There is sort of a formula, and this is not just for new stackers. I've seen veterans get pulled into this low mintage gimmick all the time. So even if you think you are a pro, trust me, you have bought something that you are not going to be able to sell. So the formula is basically mintage, popularity, and liquidity. Those three things is what determines whether something is a good buy or not. And basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through these coins. I have some good examples of coins with semi-low mintages and that have appreciated, and then I have other coins with even lower mintages that have appreciated, and then I have coins that are extremely limited and have not appreciated or can't even be sold. So that's what we're gonna do in this video, and the idea for this video came because I recently bought a collection from a gentleman that just started, and it's usually the beginners that fall deep into that low mintage whirlhole, and they get a really bad taste in their mouth when it comes to silver stacking. So this information is not out there. I don't see nobody talking about this as a whole when it comes to mintages and making good, smart decisions. Now, yes, this is a hobby, and it is meant to be fun, and it is meant to be an investment, a hedge, and so many other things that we like to call gold and silver. But it could really hurt you. So that's what we're going to go over. And the final item I'm going to show you, which is not on camera, is one of the number one things not to buy. And I bought it from this gentleman. And that's the only reason why I bought it. So here we go, guys. Let's start with the good stuff. Spider-Man, whenever I'm talking about appreciation and semi-numismatic coins appreciating, Spider-Man has to be at the top of the list. This coin was minted in 2017. 50,000 mintage. Released for $39 or less. I can't remember now. They are still holding around 175 up to about 200. That is a good buy. You buy a couple rolls of those, and guess what? You've done pretty good for yourself. That is an example of a pretty low mintage. 50,000 is really not that low when you compare it to something like this. Gods of Olympus. The series is ongoing. It's a very successful series. They are now continuing the series, which is only going to add value to the series. But this has a mintage of 13,500. And they were released more expensive because of the mintage, to be honest. I want to make sure I get the right lighting here. They're going to start off more expensive if they have a lower mintage. That's usually how it goes. These did start in the upper 30s, lower 40s if you got in kind of late. Right now they're trending around $60. I haven't checked in a while, but they appreciated. Once again, that is not that low of a mintage. 13,500. Really not. Then you got coins like this. Mintage of 7,777. And these coins started around the same price as the Gods of Olympus. And they also have appreciated, but now we are starting to get into liquidity. This is not necessarily a coin that a lot of people are going to be all crazy about. The Lighthouse of Alexandria. Yes, it's cool. Some people will like it. I'm not saying everybody is not going to like it. But chances are this is probably a pass for a lot of people. And this is a series. There's money to be made here as well. The mintage is low enough. It is a bullion coin. The starting price was not bad. These are all factors you need to put into your decision when you're about to buy a coin. So the starting price was not bad. The price where they're at now is not that bad. I think they're around like $50. So if you wanted to get into the series, you're going to pay a premium, but it's not something that's going to kill you. All right. Then we got, for an example here, one of my favorite coins as of right now, which are the Spanish coins made in reverse proof. This is a bullion coin with 12,000 mintage, and they carry a premium. So far the first two releases have appreciated pretty good. The starting price is not that bad, and there's going to be a lot of people interested in these coins. Not only that, they also make a 1/10 version that I believe the mintage is 50,000, and that is just as good. They appreciate. There's liquidity because it is something that people are going to want. This is most likely going to be a long series. Spain is just starting to get into the bullion game, so this could be potentially a very big coin, and it could potentially grow over time. So this coin has a massive upside. All of them. You get the Lynx, the Toro, and now you have the Stallion or the Caballo. So I just did a video on this. I'm not going to talk too much more about it, but that would be considered a good buy because the liquidity is there, the popularity is there, the fact that they change the design every year is something that's also pretty important. Which brings me to the Libertads. I made a video a long time ago calling that the Libertads were about to explode in popularity. And shortly after, I would say about 6 months later, they did. People were going nuts over Libertads. Now, Libertads, as you guys know, don't change their designs. The same design, just like the Eagles, the Maples, the Britannias. They change, well, the Britannia changes the background a little bit, but pretty much it is a standard design, but the mintage changes. Now, the mintage on these coins are pretty low. In 2020 ended up being a key date for these, and those coins go for a little bit more money. But once again, we're going to talk liquidity. Liquidity is not there. The mintage is still very high on the 2020 Libertads. They don't change the design. Why does that matter? Because if I am a new collector, or if I just like Libertads, why am I going to pay $50, $60 for a 2020 Libertad when I can have a 2015 Libertad that looks exactly the same and cost half the price? If I want to stack those, I would just buy the 2015s. So there you go again. Now, If there's hardcore collectors, they will chase the 2020. They will pay the premium, but there's only going to be so many of those people. So if you're paying secondary market prices, which means that the mint has run out. We're in 2023, obviously. The mint has run out of the 2020s, which means if you want one now, you're going to pay that big premium I just mentioned. So that would be a collector going back into 2020 and buying the Libertad with that massive premium, that new premium that just developed because of the mintage being low. So that's a bad buy, again, because once again, liquidity is a problem. There's just too many options. There's too many other Libertads that people can buy. It's not worth it. Then you got things like this. Now, this is where things get a little strange. Okay, so this is a very collectible coin. The price point is about $125. That is because it is slab. Now, raw ones will go for about $70. They're 1 ounce. They are antiqued. They are ultra high relief. These are all things you pay for in coins. It's extra work being put into the coins. You will pay for that stuff. Dragons tend to be successful. A lot of people like dragons, and that's just how it is. Just because it is a dragon, the liquidity is higher on this coin. There is probably going to be somebody that will pay to own this coin. Maybe not stack 10 of them, but to own maybe a few or a variety of different dragon design coins or something like that. So, I don't know the exact mintage on these. I know it's pretty low, but the starting point, price point, was not that bad. It comes in a slab. It's in a 70, antiqued, and high relief, and it's a design that somebody would want. So this is one of those 50-50 coins, right? That's what I call them, 50-50. They're either going to sell it or not, but there is a chance that they will because of what it is by itself. Another great example of what I'm trying to explain here is this right here. The St. Michael's Shield, 2 ounce. I don't know if this light's too bright. I explained when these first came out that they would appreciate, and the liquidity would hold up simply because of the symbolism of Michael slaying the devil right there. So for the symbolism alone, there's going to be a lot of buyers of this. So somebody new decided that they wanted to stack silver and happened to come across this, it would be something that they would buy because of its symbolism. So there you go. That adds to the liquidity. Now we're starting to get into things that are not liquid. Starting here, this is Gary Mark's art. These coins, you look them up on eBay, are extremely expensive. They are anywhere between $100 to $700 for 1 ounce. I kid you not. These coins are insanely expensive, and it depends on which one it is that you have. I've seen them all over the place, price-wise. This one happens to be a mintage of 50. So to a new stacker right away, there's the value in the coin. There's only 50 made in the world. So this has to be valuable. It has to be worth $200 to $300, right? That is the mentality that gets a lot of people in trouble, because no, even if this coin is worth that, let's say it is, right? You bought it for 200. They're still they're on eBay for 200, but none of them are selling. That is a liquidity problem, and that's what is going to happen with this coin. Now, I own this coin. I bought it in a collection. Once again, I bought it at a good price. This is not a coin I would go and buy had it not been in a collection. I bought it at the right price. So now I have it on eBay, and it's probably going to stay on eBay for a while, a long time. It's probably going to take a very long time before this coin finally sells, because it is not a coin. First off, with a mintage of 50, there's not a whole lot of people that are even going to know about this coin or even see this coin, because there's 50. I got one of them. There's only 49 left in the world. And the price is crazy. So it's going to take a very long time for that to sell. It's going to take a hardcore collector that is doing the series, that really loves Gary Mark's work, that it wants to own them all, then it's going to buy that. And how many of those can there possibly be? So that's another problem. All right. Then we got pours, guys. Now pours, it's a hit or miss with pours. These are 100% collectible items. You don't really want to have, if you're doing this as an investment, or if you're doing this for any sort of financial reason, and what I'm saying is like buying silver, this is not what you want to buy. This stuff is for fun. This stuff is to collect, put on your desk, hang on to, whatever. 9 times out of 10, you will lose money on these pours. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. You will lose money on these pours. And this is a very popular pourer. Very well known. Does amazing work. I know my lighting's not great, but extremely detailed stuff, right? And there's probably only 10 of these made, maybe 20 at most. So there you go again with the low mintage, but it's the liquidity. The price is expensive. The guy is making them himself. He makes 3D molds of these things and then pours and makes these into silver statues. So he is charging for that work. So the price point is not a good start. It's not really what you want to buy. Then if you start buying from pours that are even smaller, it's even worse. You take it to a coin shop, some won't even buy it because they don't know who the person is. It says 999, but is it really 999 silver? It's a very particular thing when you're buying pours. And that's another thing that gets people into trouble, is owning too many pours that are too unique, like these. Those would have to be sold privately, and you got to get lucky to get your whatever you paid back on them. And I'm not saying that it always happens that way. I've seen some pours go for more money, but it is like 1 out of every 100 at least. Same thing with this kind of stuff, the colorized. There's probably 200 of these minted, but how many people are going to want the Street Fighter stuff that's colorized and want to pay, $90 for this coin? Liquidity, once again. So, I think I made my point when it comes to liquidity, popularity, and, making the right decision, especially if the design doesn't change. Mintage doesn't matter anymore because if anyone wants to stack Libertads, as I mentioned, they're just going to buy any year. It does not matter the mintage. Now, the number one, so this is what I've been saving for, thing not to buy are these kinds of things, guys. Now, I'm not saying to never buy them, but you have to absolutely love it. You have to want to be stuck with it for like 10 to 20 years. And you have to know that you're probably going to get a fraction of what you paid for it. There is a very strong chance that you're not even going to be able to sell it. So this is, and don't get me wrong, this is a really, really neat, cool thing. But It's just not a liquid thing. This is on my eBay. It would take a massive Bruce Lee fan to want to buy this from me. And there it is. It is a 5-ounce colorized Bruce Lee bar. And I'm not going to take it out of here. There's no reason. Not only that, but this is COA number 5 out of 100. Let me make sure. But I mean, it comes with this packet. Look at this. It's a whole packet. And it's got the artwork of the actual thing. This is the COA. I mean, look how fancy they make this thing. Here's the COA. This is where it says it's number 5. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying my best here. Whatever. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's number 5. This is the COA right here. So, I mean, if you're a massive Bruce Lee fan, this is, oh yeah. This is something I would love to have and keep and, you know, put it on my office desk or whatever. But other than that, don't buy it because of the mintage. Don't buy it because of the box or the packaging, because that's where you're going to get burned. And here we go. Price point. These are selling for $800. I have this listed at $800 because it's number 5. It's listed a little bit more than the others. But the others, random serial numbers, are still going for about $780. $780 for a 5-ounce bar. To put that in perspective, you can buy a kilo of silver very close to that price. So you are losing about 28 ounces of silver to this one piece of possible silver, to this one piece of silver right here, because it comes colorized in a capsule in a velvet case, with this big packet, got all kinds of artwork, serialized. It's number 5, but wait, there's more. It comes with an outer box that also you gotta put it in right here. Then it's got this. You close it up, and there you go. That is $800, and there is almost no liquidity on this. This is gonna take a very long time for me to sell, unless there is a massive Bruce Lee fan. Otherwise, it's just not going to sell. Or if there is a newbie and sees COA number 5 out of 100, it has got to be worth more than $800. I have to buy it. So that is basically breaking down the mintages, guys. They matter sometimes, and sometimes they just don't. You have to know when they do and when they don't. If you're really going to do this the right way, and if you really want to start getting into like this kind of stuff, the semi-numismatic stuff, I highly suggest being on social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, because you will see the things that are popular. You will see the things that are being sold and bought, and you will see the liquidity yourself, and you will know what's a good buy. A lot of times, even on YouTube here, a lot of us YouTubers will post videos of upcoming releases, and that could be a sign of a good buy. I'm not saying we're always right. There's been some really bad predictions on here. I'm not saying my channel, but other channels on coins and overhyped certain coins. So you gotta be careful there again. But use your best judgment. Don't get sucked into the gimmick that is low mintage like this. Don't. Really don't. Sometimes it could be good, and sometimes it could be bad. If it's something that is popular like this, that you know a lot of people are going to want, because there's a lot of Catholic people, a lot of Christian people, a lot of religious people, the symbol of Michael, it's something that people will want. This will hold its liquidity for quite some time. just because of what it is. Whereas a piece like this is just not. That's just how it's gonna go. And I'm getting a phone call, so that is my cue to close up the video. Guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. I appreciate you checking out the video. I hope I helped somebody. And let me know if you've ever made a big mistake like this. And if you still own it, put it down in the comments. And I invite you to subscribe to the channel and join the community and hang out with us. And I will talk to you guys later.